be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. We've been doing this show for a long time, and I think I can say with almost absolute certainty that this is the first in the history of Muscle in the Morning that we're bringing you a recap Wednesday in the month of January. Last weekend, we had the first annual Saudi Pro, which featured Classic Physique, Men's Physique, and 212, which is where we're going to start off today. And of course, the big story here is Ahmad Ashkanani doing what we said he was going to do on last weekend's show, as he looked absolutely dominant on his way to collecting another big-time win. In Classic Physique, Mohammed Amin collected the first win of his pro career in impressive fashion, as he managed to outpace a surprisingly strong lineup on the way to securing his first Olympia qualification. And in Men's Physique, Mohammed El Maghrabi carved out his own little slice of history, becoming the first Men's Physique athlete from Bahrain to earn the right to represent his country on the Olympia stage. Obviously now we're not journalists, but we do know that in journalism school, they teach you to always value direct sources of information over indirect sources because, well, they're just more accurate. And how's this for a direct source? A few days ago, Dennis James interviewed Big Ramy on Instagram Live, and during the conversation, it came out that Big Ramy was weighing somewhere in the neighborhood of 341 pounds, which is the biggest and leanest that he's ever been at that weight. During their interview, DJ also said that Ramy's prep for the 2022 Olympia began the day after he won last year's Olympia, which basically means that he's been in full go mode right from the jump. Whether or not this translates into another successful title defense remains to be seen, but after hearing what you just heard direct from the source, it makes it awfully hard to make a case for anyone else other than Ramy at this point in the year, even if it's only, well, January. Since we're already talking about information coming directly from the source, I figured why not go ahead and drop in this new update from Sarah Villegas, because her message to the rest of the women's physique division is about as direct as you can get. The reigning and defending two-time Olympia champ released this video a few days ago that showcased what she's working with at the moment. And I think it's safe to say that she's well on her way to putting more distance between herself and the rest of the pack. One of the interesting side notes about Sarah Villegas this year is that getting another win would give her 3 in a row, which puts her 1 away from tying Juliana Malacarni's record of 4 straight Olympia titles. And unless we see someone like Nathalia Coelho make a jump, Sarah could be a few months away from carving out her own place on the Mount Rushmore of the women's physique division. And before we sign off today, we're going to send a big get well soon shout out to Dwayne Walker following his announcement a few days ago that he tore his ACL, which is obviously going to keep him on the sidelines for the remainder of the 2022 bodybuilding season. If you think back to last year, there was a lot of buzz about Dwayne as someone who could potentially take the next step forward to become one of the next big names in the open division. And we did see a few flashes of that here and there. So if this rehab goes well and he can be back to training with some level of intensity that he had prior to the injury, hopefully he'll be able to pick up where he left off at some point in 2023. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.